Hi everybody, welcome back. I promise this is the last video for today, but right now we're going to take some notes. So go to the Ancient Cultures Google Classroom, go to classwork, open up chapter 19 notes. It's right there. Looks like this. Here are the notes that we're going to work on today. So we can see that the topic is geography of China. The essential question is, how did geography affect life in ancient China? And then we've got a bunch of sections here. The first section is about geography of China. The next is about inner and outer China. Then the 5 regions of China. Then the Tibet plateau. Then life in Tibet. So this is what we're going to be taking notes on. So go ahead and open that up. Be sure to zoom in by going over here to the zoom button. Go to 100 so you can see it better. There you go. All right, now I'm going to start up the slideshow on my end. And yeah, so geography of China. So what we're going to be learning about is this country in red here. So this is China. On the world map, you can see that Maine is way over here in North America, and China is way across either the Pacific Ocean to the west or way over to the east over here. Okay, so here is a map of China here. And I want you to notice that the map here is split into 2 colors. One is green here, and then there's like this orangey area here on the west. So the area in green, as we can see on our key here, is called inner China. So this is kind of the inner part of China where most people live. And then the other area is called outer China. And we're going to be studying Tibet today, which is over here, which is in outer China. More about that later. So geography of China. A couple things you should note. It's a large country in Eastern Asia. It's about the same size as the United States. It has a lot of different physical features in its geography. It has really high mountains. It has gigantic deserts that span thousands of miles. And it has really long rivers. Some of the longest rivers in the world are in China. There are 5 main regions in China. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and there are 5 main regions. So go ahead and pause this video if you need to copy down these notes. Okay, so let's talk more about inner and outer China. So there are 2 main parts to China, like I mentioned. There's inner China, which is in the southeastern part of the country. This is where most people live. A lot of the big cities are there. Cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, those are all in inner China. Then there's also outer China. This is the western and northern parts of the country. And not many people live in outer China. So go ahead and pause this to get these notes down. Let's go back to this map here. So we're going to be studying Tibet, which is over here, that says the Tibet Qinghai Plateau. You should notice a few things. One is that there's a big mountain range that's going on the edge of China here, called the Himalayas. And then Mount Everest is right there. It's that triangle marks where Mount Everest is. And you can see that this is to the west of inner China. So here are the 5 regions of China. I already listed them on your notes, so you don't need to copy them down, but we're going to go through them one by one over the next week or so. So first, there's the Tibet Plateau. Next, there is the northwestern deserts area, including the Gobi Desert, which you may have heard of. Then there's the northeastern plain, which is like a big grassland. Then there's the North China Plain, which is where Beijing is, which is the capital. And then there's the Changjiang Basin, which is in the southeastern part of the country. This is a big rice growing area in China. Okay, let's go to the Tibet Plateau. This is an image of the plateau. You can see these is like an antelope like animal that lives on the plateau. You can see it's very flat. You can see the mountains in the background. So here's where Tibet is. This is China here. You can see it. It's just, Tibet is north of India. If we look at India here, it's up here. So this is what Tibet looks like. What do you notice about this image? It's maybe not as flat as you would expect with a plateau, but it is a relatively flat area and it's really high up. You can see those mountains in the background. Those are the Himalayas. So here are some notes about the Tibet Plateau. Tibet is part of Outer China. It's in the southwestern part of the country. It's a plateau, which means it's up high and it's pretty flat. And the average elevation is about 13,000 feet. So to put that in perspective, there are no mountains in Maine that are anywhere close to 13,000 feet. Katahdin is about 6,000 feet. So that's more than twice as high as Katahdin. And that's just how high it is across this gigantic area. Tibet is on the edge of the Himalaya mountains. And that's one of the reasons why Tibet is called the roof of the world. So go ahead and pause this if you need to get these notes down. So here is Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. We're looking at it from Tibet, from the Tibet side. Mount Everest borders China and Nepal. So this is, once again, just north of India. It's the tallest mountain in the world, over 29,000 feet tall. So let's learn a little bit about life in Tibet. And this is the last slide we'll be covering today. It's a really hard place to live in. It's really a challenging place to live in. Not many people live in Tibet. It's too cold and it's too dry to really grow many crops. So that's one of the reasons it's really tough to live in. The way that people live, though, are by really relying on animals. So, for example, a yak is a animal that's like cattle, like a cow, and it gives people who live in Tibet food from its milk, especially, and it also gives people shelter. I mean, people use the hides or the skin of yaks to build shelters out of. It's a very important area for Buddhists. Tibet is a very important area for Buddhists. The Dalai Lama, who's a leader for Buddhists, is from Tibet. And the capital is called Lhasa. The capital city is called Lhasa. So go ahead and pause this if you need to copy down these notes. You can also always, of course, go backwards and go back a little bit and then rewatch parts of this video. I'm going to show you an image of Lhasa that shows how beautiful the city is. You'll have to excuse, that was my wife sneezing in the background. But here's Lhasa here. And that is a palace up on a hill there. And you can see the mountains in the background. So that's the capital of Tibet. Okay, so that is all for today. Thanks for watching, guys. And be sure to finish up your notes. So you should also, once you've copied down your notes, you should also get some questions down here. Some questions that I might ask you about these notes. And then write a summary of what you took notes on. All right, thanks for watching.